The story starts with a dragon fighting against the legendary warrior Gaia. Then, Gaia charged at the huge dragon, and he caused a gigantic explosion with his magic power. He defeated the dragon with ease and looked at his crest. The man was dissatisfied because his strength was reaching his limits. He owned the first seal that had focused on production. So, the legendary warrior decided to create a reincarnation to get to the 4th crest. Below, we see the legendary warrior reborn with the crest of failure. He was traveling with a merchant and could sense a monster. A tiger appeared. Matthias defeated it and reached the capital. In a weapon store, an adventurer wanted a sword fixed. Matthias admired swords, overheard a girl needing one for a magic school entry exam. Her sword needed a complex enchantment. Matthias offered help despite weak crest. The girl accepted. He met Alma, introduced himself. Alma thanked him, he blushed. Alma's friend Rui arrived. Matthias had a crush. Rory also liked Matthias, was nervous to talk. After that, the blacksmith brought the repaired sword, and Matthias started the enchantment on the sword of Ruri. So, the sword was enchanted, and everyone was shocked because normally the process takes much longer. Rui got her new sword, and she unintentionally cut through the table with her sword. The swordsmith was impressed by Matthias' enchantment skills, and he couldn't believe that he just used an ordinary enchantment spell to apply the sword. However, the swordsmith thought that Matthias wanted to be an enchanter, and he respected Matthias. Followed, we see Matthias taking the magic school entrance exams. He met his crush, Rui, again, and also Alma showed up too. Later, the exam began. Rui impressively defeated the examiner using Matthias's enchanted sword, passing her test. Grateful, Rui thanked him. Called to his own fight, Matthias faced a knight acquainted with his father, intrigued by Matthias's famed enchantment. Their duel loomed, and Matthias sensed an advantage. He took the knight by surprise with his skill, securing victory against Gil, the knight's leader. The girls rejoiced. In the magic display, Rory wielded fire magic, and Matthias marveled at verbal spells' potency compared to wordless one. Rui passed with her crest. Matthias knew his crest was weak. Underestimated by the teacher due to his weak crest, Matthias astounded by wielding wordless magic, obliterating the field with potent fireballs. They were all admitted to the magic school, meeting headmaster Edward, who encouraged their success. But Matthias was unexpectedly summoned to the office, apprehensive about consequences for the destroyed field. Edward recognized Matthias's innate mastery of wordless magic. Asked by Edward, Matthias agreed to aid in reintroducing it to the world by teaching at the school. A hurdle emerged. The prestigious Royal Academy banned wordless magic, deeming it feeble. Edward aimed to reverse this by involving Matthias. Matthias supported the plan, bringing joy to all. Classes commenced. Matthias demonstrated wordless magic's might by obliterating targets. Gazar followed suit, showcasing its learnability. Students embraced it, Alma and Rui making notable progress. Matthias pondered its forgotten origins. He revitalized Rui's energy through a magic transfer, enabling her wordless magic. Months passed, and the first school clashed with the elite Royal Academy, known for their magical chosen ones. Matthias sensed a powerful individual. Learning demons surpassed human control. On the battlefield, Matthias confronted demons and arrogant nobles who belittled him. Matthias sensed his arrogant foe was a demon, fueling his anger. The battle ensued, Matthias swiftly triumphing with wordless magic. The demon retaliated, using the same magic. They clashed intensely. Matthias grasped the world's transformation. Unveiling the demon's true form, Matthias proved its identity. The demon fled, attacking Matthias and attempting flight. Yet, Matthias prevailed, slaying the demon with his sword. Gaia's reincarnation brought him into the Hildesheim lineage. Back in the present, Rui celebrated Matthias's demon victory. He discovered demons hadn't been overcome by humans in a century. Meeting the king, he declined offered land, expressing his desire for personal strength. Surprisingly, the king offered an enchanted sword, which left Matthias taken aback as he had recently enchanted it himself. This reaction prompted the king to inquire about Matthias's preference. Matthias put forth his wish for rights to explore a dungeon and retain any findings, a request the king granted. The era's chosen magical ones had vanished, leaving the king suspicious of demon influence and potential danger. Matthias presented an idea of a protective barrier, aimed at thwarting any large-scale demon attacks. The king not only approved but also granted Matthias access to the realm's magical resources. Amid assisting his friends in advancing their wordless magic skills, Matthias prepared for a dungeon expedition. He extended an invitation to Alma and Rui to form an adventuring party, calming their concerns about being a burden. He guided Alma in magic, and she eagerly agreed to join. Intrigued by enchantment magic, Rui also joined the party, excited for the adventure ahead. Their anticipation grew as they anticipated their collaborative journey into the unknown. Matthias's newly formed party embarked on a quest to explore the treacherous dungeon. Amidst the dungeon's depths, Matthias revealed a monster, sparking an idea to use it as a target. Guiding Alma, he helped infuse magic into her arrows, enabling precise strikes. Alma's joy led Matthias to offer further advice, enhancing her skill. With a redirected arrow hitting another monster, Alma eagerly battled dungeon creatures. Rui desired enchantment magic guidance, but Matthias started her with weapon creation basics. He showcased the dungeon's resource value, even demolishing a wall to illustrate. Explaining the weapon crafting process, he earned Rui's gratitude. Alma honed her magic arrow technique, defeating multiple foes at once and crafting her own equipment. Matthias aimed for the dungeon's 10th floor, facing numerous monsters. Ruri and Alma fought effectively, the party's level rising quickly due to Matthias's necklace doubling experience points. Confronting a dangerous killer dog, Matthias emphasized caution. They triumphed together, impressing Matthias, who praised the two skilled girls. Creating a secure zone, Matthias summoned a protective barrier, granting the girls respite. Determined to delve deeper, he descended alone to the 25th floor. Gathering resources and sensing a looming boss, Matthias ventured downward. Encountering numerous monsters, he bested them with his might. He confronted the formidable dungeon boss, the colossal Arc Serpent. Despite its poisonous abilities, Matthias, empowered by his new crest, eagerly engaged. Savoring the challenge, Matthias tested his specialized crest in combat. Exploring new techniques, he clashed with the serpent, eventually infusing his sword with magic stone shards. Striking a final blow, he triggered an earthquake, defeating the serpent. The resultant magical explosion attracted demons' attention. Returning to the 10th floor, Matthias displayed the vanquished dungeon boss to the girls, embodying the triumphant hero. Matthias and his group arrived at the Adventurers Guild. Hostile looks from other adventurers greeted them, as many Second Magic Academy students were taking quests. Wanting to sell monsters, Matthias revealed a defeated dungeon boss through a portal, stunning the receptionist. She learned of his storage spell when he produced a giant magic stone, potentially a national treasure. Despite its value, Matthias found the stone small and doubted if the guild would pay enough for these valuable goods. Matthias's group received 750 gold coins, which he shared with the girls. En route to the academy, Matthias sensed demon auras. Confronting two demons aware of his demon slayer reputation, Matthias strategized. He faced the stronger demon, entrusting the girls with the other. Engaging, Matthias's attack was repelled. The demons sought revenge, launching fire spells, but Matthias deflected and countered with his own magic. Luring the demons into a trap, magic arrows disrupted their magic flow. They split, battling Matthias's group. Lord Asheville prepared a potent spell, thwarted by Matthias's spirit ball. The demon underestimated Matthias, who countered and injured him. A trap failed. Matthias attacked with sword skills and magic, weakening the demon. Seizing the opportunity, Matthias defeated the demon with ease. Amidst the fray, Alma and Ruri joined forces against the weaker demon, affording Matthias the chance to ready himself. As the pivotal moment arrived, Matthias chanted the formidable Light of Death spell, aimed at the second demon. The demon trembled, desperately attempting an escape. Swiftly, Alma's arrow found its mark, rendering the demon flightless. With precision, Matthias engaged, sealing their victory. With triumph came attention, and Matthias's party discreetly retreated to the academy. Summoned by the king, they were lauded for their valor. Matthias, eyeing broader horizons, negotiated dungeon access as his boon, swiftly granted by the monarch. Alma and Ruri opted for monetary rewards. Within their moment of triumph, Matthias sensed a malevolent presence, thwarting a demon's spying attempt and causing it harm. Matthias's resolve to counter the demon threat was met with logistical challenges due to distance. He deftly proposed a counterstrike on demon territory, a strategy met with measured concern. It was at this juncture that Matthias astounded those present by revealing his command of teleportation magic. Seeking a solution, Matthias declared their answers lay atop the mountain. Reaching the peak, Matthias aimed to converse with the fearsome dark dragon, Iris. His companions were alarmed by this dangerous intent. Matthias recognized Iris, as he had defeated her in a previous life. However, Iris didn't recognize him, threatening him instead. Surprising Iris, Matthias effortlessly nullified her fiery assault. Astonished, Iris acknowledged his power and his identity as Gaia's reincarnation. Iris promptly apologized for her aggression. Matthias expressed his desire for cooperation instead of conflict. He disclosed his acquisition of the Crest of Failure. Inviting Alma and Rui closer, they learned about the dragon's plight. Iris revealed her grounded state due to humanity's actions triggering magic reactor explosions, plunging the world into a Stone Age regression. Matthias, using his power, healed Iris's wings, earning her gratitude. Iris conversed with Rui and Alma, astounding them with her command of human language. Later, on Iris's back, Matthias's group journeyed toward the demon hideout. Iris's enthusiasm was tempered by Matthias, who considered the well-being of his companions. He cautioned against Iris's full speed, recognizing its danger to Alma and Rui. Matthias discovered his life as Gaia was turning into legend. Subsequently, Iris soared to the demon's location at a regular pace. Matthias swiftly dispatched a demon guard, reassuring the girls riding on Dragon Iris. They found themselves relieved to have Matthias on their side. Matthias detected a cluster of demons and pinpointed a particularly powerful one. However, Iris's landing went awry, crashing into a house and knocking out Alma and Rui. Matthias resorted to telepathy to communicate with them. Equipping Rui with a magic circle, he devised an attack plan, entrusting Rui and Alma to handle the offensive strategy. They agreed and headed into the abandoned house in search of demons. While they found no demons, Matthias sensed enemies concealed with a spell, their presence ominous. Rui's focus led her to a demon's location. Matthias instructed preparation for attack. Unveiling the enemy's concealment spell, Alma's arrow, guided by Matthias's spell, struck the demon. The demon, foolishly unaware of its broken spell, faced Matthias's wrath. Astonishingly, the demon accused Matthias of scamming due to his unexpected presence. Matthias found the demon's ignorance unbelievable. Amid the confrontation, Matthias coordinated with Alma and Rui. Defending against the demon's strikes, the girls countered with arrows. Despite their strategy, the arrogant demon held humans in disdain. The demon's movements slowed from the magic-infused arrows, and Rui's poisoned arrowheads inflicted more damage. In a desperate surge, the demon transformed, shocking the group. Matthias informed the girls about the transformation's danger. The demon unleashed its powered form, targeting the girls. They cleverly evaded and employed an illusion combined with poison magic, immobilizing the demon. Alma's arrow struck true, felling the demon. Matthias praised their victory, suggesting they return to Iris. Matthias confronted the strongest demon alone, utilizing magic stones to embody a fog demon within himself. The demon underestimated Matthias despite rumors of his power, leading to a fierce battle. Severing Matthias's arm, the demon faltered. Matthias healed himself swiftly and countered the demon's attacks with agility. Poisoning his adversary, Matthias's nullification spell foiled the demon's transformative attempt. Matthias's magic draining sword technique became his ultimate card, culminating in a powerful explosion. Meanwhile, Rui fretted over Matthias's safety. Shifting scenes, Matthias stood by a colossal crystal, embraced by Rui and joined by Rui. The crystal's identity as a magic-conducting dragon vein was revealed, deepening their bond. Matthias learned of the demon's plot to amass a monster army via dragon veins. He proposed student support to thwart their plan. Returning to school, Iris expressed her desire to join Matthias's group. After turning into a human using a spell, an awkward encounter unfolded. Back at the academy, they presented demon horns to Edward, astonishing him with their speedy return. Iris was introduced and granted an exchange student position, pending her entrance exam. Matthias expressed concern over her potential for chaos. The next day, the written exam commenced, with Iris struggling comically. Her clumsiness worried Edward. In the following trial against Knight Leader Gil, Iris faced difficulty. Recalling their prior encounter, Rui informed Matthias. During the battle, Iris lost her sword but stopped Gil's strike with her bare hand, shocking him. Matthias intervened, creating a barrier to protect Gil. Iris counterattacked, defeating Gil and proceeding to the next trial. In the subsequent trial, Iris wrestled with her immense magic power, struggling as Matthias provided a protective barrier. Iris apologized for her mishap and tried hitting targets, but struggled. Utilizing another spell, she unintentionally caused widespread destruction, leading to her passing the entrance exams due to her formidable power. Matthias oversaw material mining in a cave, and Edward suggested seeking help from the First Academy for more Crest of Glory bearers. The First Academy's principal initially declined cooperation, but after negotiation and a demon threat, they agreed to compete again. The rematch occurred 2 days later. Students from both schools gathered. Matthias's classmates engaged with the First Academy's Crest of Glory wielders and quickly won with wordless magic. frustrations arose, leading to a challenge against Iris, perceived as weak. Matthias provided a sword, but Iris accidentally destroyed it, labeled a monster. Amid debates about teaching wordless magic, the king intervened, punishing the First Academy's principal. Consequently, students were placed under the Second Academy's guidance to learn magic together. Matthias and his companions ventured into the dungeon with the intention of gathering materials for their barrier. They aimed to defeat potent monsters to acquire a large magic stone. However, Iris misinterpreted Matthias's intentions, fearing he planned to sacrifice her for the stone. Matthias assured her that wasn't the case. While Alma and Ruri engaged strong wolves and triumphed over high-level adversaries, Matthias remained concerned about Iris's lack of control over her powers. Indeed, Iris's accidental near strike on Matthias exemplified her struggle. After conquering the 17th floor's monsters, they delved deeper into the dungeon. On the next floor, Matthias sought to summon a monster using a magic stone. With Ruri's Crest of Glory, a magic circle was drawn, aided by Matthias. Yet, Iris's exuberance overwhelmed the process, causing the floor to collapse. Questioning her haste, Matthias realized he had caused a misunderstanding in his past life as Gaia, leading to Iris's confusion over the term slowly. Amidst trials, a huge dragon threatened Matthias's group. Iris's attack failed. Instead, she taunted the dragon, luring it. Rui enchanted an arrow, Alma shot, minimal effect. Undeterred dragon, Matthias acted. Dragon targeted Rui, Alma, freezing them. Matthias told Iris to protect, confronting dragon. Iris fought, overpowered, slammed down. Dragon's fiery breath unleashed, group blocked. Girls united, bought Matthias time. Matthias guided Iris to trap dragon. He cast potent spell, Iris stumbled, he shielded. Matthias's strike succeeded. Group took dragon's magic stone, returned. Training caused chaos, Matthias planned improvement. Iris trained to harness dragon powers, evaded Alma's arrows, carried weight. Iris persisted. Matthias taught Ruri enchantments, introduced 8 spells. Ruri grasped eightfold enchantment, eager. Concurrently, Iris continued refining her control over her formidable abilities. Meanwhile, Ruri crafted new weapons for the group, prompting them to test the potent creations. The weapons exhibited overwhelming power, easily shattering a massive rock. Iris also tried her weapon, inadvertently demonstrating her immense dragon power by nearly causing substantial damage. The girls were astonished by Iris's raw strength. Eager to put his new sword to the test, Matthias engaged in friendly combat with his friends, further solidifying their bond through shared training sessions. After several weeks, Edward planned to create a protective barrier with the students. Meanwhile, Matthias received reports of unusual demon activities. While Macias readied the barrier, he delegated the problems to Rory and Alma. In the forest, Rui and Alma spotted strange magical energy in the sky. Rui remembered Matthias's advice about magic arrows from magic stones. Matthias believed in Rui's ability to choose her enchantment spells wisely. Rui crafted new magic arrows for Alma, who expressed gratitude. Abruptly, a demon emerged through a portal, swiftly defeated by Alma. Another demon followed, managing to withstand Alma's attack. Rui displayed impressive sword skills. Ruri and Alma collaborated to overcome both demons, causing the magic portal to dissipate. Matthias praised their teamwork and warned about an impending demon assault. Following their discussion, Iris appeared, bringing a substantial supply of mithril. Transitioning to the anticipated support, Eduard and the 2 girls, a magical portal materialized, unleashing a menacing demon. The demon cast a potent spell upon the humans, who defended themselves with a makeshift barrier. Infuriated by the students' survival, the demon retaliated, prompting the students to engage. Alma's arrow was effortlessly deflected, and Rory was visibly fatigued from her magical efforts. As the demon launched a fiery spell, the students effectively protected themselves. Rory struggled to craft a potent arrow, with just 1 attempt left. Encouraged, she succeeded. Alma attacked the demon, who evaded but was hurt after Alma adjusted the arrow's path. Other students joined, together defeating the demon. Another demon arrived, attacking. More demons emerged, surrounding students. Rui felt desperate, trusting Matthias to come. Suddenly, Matthias appeared, intimidating the demons. He vowed to defeat them, launching attacks that instantly killed many demons, angering their leader. The leader powered up, but Matthias easily vanquished all demons, saving his friends. Matthias explained barrier preparation, placed a magic stone into a crystal, creating a town-wide protective barrier. He said the real challenge loomed, activating the dragon vein, summoning thousands of monsters. Eduard and students readied for the monster hunt. Strong monsters appeared, sorcerers cast spells, traps, and student support dispatched many. A second wave arrived. Naisha's group took over. Matthias hurled Iris at a golem, Alma downed another. Matthias sensed a formidable monster. Next, a monster absorbing others appeared. Matthias warned of an approaching Void Eater, absorbing all monsters. Rui tasked to create a magic stone. Ruri and Matthias hurled stones at Void Eater. It grew, became a giant. Girls hid, Matthias confident. Fight began. Matthias used Crest of Failure power, attacked. Success. But Void Eater's legs regenerated. Matthias persistently attacked, utilizing magic stones for powerful sword strikes. Spells combined with sword attacks, Void Eater weakened. Matthias used finisher move, triumphed, monster shattered. He praised girls for teamwork, kingdom relieved. Matthias pondered exploring dungeons. Next day, he told Eduard of leaving school for dragon vein research. Edward offered special scholarship, Matthias accepted. Ruri saddened. Edward offered other girls scholarships, accepted to stay with Matthias. Matthias thanked Eduard, bid farewell. New adventure journey began for Matthias and his girls. In the coming days, Matthias' group journeyed to the next city, receiving good luck wishes from a boy. Matthias planned to explore Dokkaio Dungeon. Ruri informed Iris that it's a city built above a dungeon, surprising Matthias, who knew it as dangerous in his past. Meisha suggested a forest shortcut. Ruri and Alma worried about the perilous forest, while Matthias eagerly anticipated fighting monsters. Entering the forest, Iris promised protection. Not encountering monsters, they paused for a break. Matthias aimed to hunt, and Meisha eagerly explored. Matthias sensed many monsters, searching for the leader. He returned with a giant whisk monkey, which alarmed Alma and Ruri, warning they're intelligent and dangerous. Matthias showed a huge wild boar, explaining its taste. Rui made cooking pots, Iris gathered firewood, and Alma's fire magic explosion frightened Iris. Iris safeguarded the food. Matthias cooked delicious wild boar, pleasing the girls. Alma wanted to make soup, met skepticism. Iris dared to taste, regretting Alma's soup. Post-lunch, Matthias pressed on through the forest, assuring the girls of safety due to Iris's dragon aura scaring off monsters. Evening brought them to Melkia, a dungeon town. Many injured people were seen. A dragon vein was sensed in a lantern. A warning about explosion preceded the lantern's detonation, harmlessly affecting Matthias' group. They learned the Lord forced use of dangerous lanterns. Shocked Ruri queried poor living conditions. The Lord compelled residents to fight a 10th floor dungeon monster, causing injury and death. The Lord's treatment appalled Matthias' group. They sought guild permission for dungeon exploration, despite advice against due to the Lord's control. Matthias applied for permits. Matthias volunteered as a healing magician, helping injured adventurers at the church, dispelling priests' skepticism due to his crest of failure. Proving its efficacy, Matthias healed a man's injuries, earning trust. Collaborating, they healed all adventurers, humbling the priest. Hours later, all were saved, and the priest apologized, acknowledging Matthias' feat. Matthias inquired about the actual lord, learning the former lord died from an unknown disease. A new lord worsened the city's condition, prompting Matthias to suspect demons. They stayed in a hostel, Matthias sending a secret letter to Eduard. He planned dungeon exploration to learn about the dragon vein. They slept peacefully, except Ruri, nervous about sharing a room with Matthias. Similarly, Matthias was anxious sleeping near his crush, Ruri. Iris and Alma talked in their sleep, adding to Matthias and Ruri's unease. They tried to sleep despite nervousness. Next day, nervousness kept Ruri and Matthias awake. Meisha stood before the dungeon gate, revealing its manipulation. Matthias presented a giant monster head to the guild in the afternoon, credited to his girls. The receptionist accepted it temporarily, but reported to the Lord about their success. Matthias later read the report, stating he's a weak healer. The Lord was surprised by adventurer's prowess. Matthias' group celebrated with dinner. Afterward, Matthias spotted men spying and led them to an alley, alerting his team. Matthias treaded carefully, questioning the demon boss about his intentions. The boss taunted, claiming the impending activation of the dragon vein and Matthias' power's futility. Matthias detected manipulation and alerted his group telepathically. Ruri suggested focusing on finding the boss, not succumbing to mind games. Iris and Alma readied for action. Matthias concurred, sensing the demon boss magically and leading the group cautiously. They stumbled upon a magical barrier recognized as the boss ploy. Ruri identified a weak point. Alma shattered the barrier with her magic. They advanced carefully, watchful for danger. He believed his plan was perfect, but Matthias was resolute to prove him wrong. The demon boss attacked with potent magic, launching a barrage at Matthias' group. Prepared, Ruri shielded them with enchantments, while Iris and Alma countered with spells and weapons. Matthias combined magic and swordsmanship, pressuring the boss. The battle intensified. The demon boss employed illusions and traps to confuse, but teamwork and Matthias' strategy prevailed. Despite efforts, the group breached the boss' defenses. Collaboratively, they weakened and cornered him. Matthias taunted the boss about his failure and underestimation. The boss grew furious, launching a final desperate attack. Matthias focused, striking with magic-infused swordplay, breaking the boss' defenses. The demon boss screamed before dissipating. Following the boss's defeat, the dungeon barrier dissipated, securing Melchia's safety. The dangerous dragon vein activation was thwarted. Victorious yet tired, in the evening within the dungeon, Matthias updated the group about the demon boss situation, suggesting the use of a special device to track the demon. He was almost about to disclose his identity as Gaia, but Iris intervened to maintain their secret. Deciding to return to the capital to seek permission, they headed back to the school. After a span of days, their return found the school undergoing reconstruction for heightened demon protection. Headmaster Edward greeted them, revealing the school's efforts. Matthias reported the quest for a vital magic item, necessitating a journey across Redinia's borders. Edward offered his support for the task. A minor incident stirred concerns about Iris's clumsiness, prompting preparations. With royal permission secured, their path led to a town in pursuit of Matthias' magical device. However, accessing Maisha's device mandated a higher adventurer rank. To expedite their rank ascent, they contemplated Iris's dragon transformation. Nonetheless, the guildmaster, informed of Matthias' existence by the king, extended assistance and expedited their rank exam approval. In the quest to raise their adventurer rank, Matthias' group discovered they must undergo a practice fight with an appointed examiner. Unanticipatedly, the examiner turned out to be adventurer Gilliwas, who bore an imposing aura and held an S-rank status as a battle enthusiast. The guildmaster hesitated over Gilliwas' suitability, but Gilliwas insisted on testing Matthias' group. Despite his reputation as a troublemaker, Matthias agreed to the challenge. Yet, the girls were informed they had passed the exam without facing Gilliwas. Curiously, Gilliwas expressed a desire to challenge the renowned hero Matthias to a duel. Matthias accepted, and they entered the arena. Gilliwas, a combat expert, vowed to avoid magic use. However, Matthias sensed Gilliwas unconsciously employing magic despite his declaration. As the duel commenced, Matthias analyzed Gilliwas' techniques and movement. He perceived Gilliwas activating various spells, suspecting he employed spells instinctively, using them all. The fight unfolded, Gilliwas launching attacks on Matthias. Amid the battle, Matthias observed Gilliwas closely, deducing that Gilliwas was possibly using spells through instinct. Gilliwas proposed that Matthias unleash his full power. Copying Matthias' technique, he heightened his speed by leaping through the air. Gilliwas attacked Matthias, easily thwarted. Then, Matthias showcased his might, defeating Gilliwas in a single blow. Gilliwas accepted defeat, conceding that it was his first loss. Post-victory, Matthias retrieved a book from his item box, gifting Gilliwas a magic guide to enhance his abilities. While Gilliwas initially struggled with reading, Matthias explained the significance of spells, even those wordlessly cast. Grateful, Gilliwas acknowledged the new perspective. The fight cemented their friendship. Gilliwas asked Matthias to attain S-rank, but Matthias aimed for a rank to explore a restricted area. News arrived. Phokia City exhibited suspicious behavior. Gilliwas pledged assistance to his newfound friends if issues arose. In the next town, the group acquired passes embedded with magic codes. Matthias detected sinister magic, suspecting demon influence. They observed mercenaries, prompting Matthias to formulate a plan. Equipping Ruri and Alma with a sleep-inducing item, he conjured illusions. Luring enemies into a trap, they were ambushed by arrows. Iris, angered, was restrained by Matthias to safeguard their strategy. Ruri activated the sleep-inducing item, rendering their foes unconscious. Matthias lost track of Alma and Rui, only to find them asleep due to the item's effects. In a playful moment, Iris painted Alma's face while she slept. Waking Rui, who felt embarrassed, Matthias ensured everything was fine. As Alma woke, Ruri's laughter at her painted face echoed. Surprised, Alma turned to an innocent Iris for an explanation. Soon, Matthias' group reached Phokia Town. Rui sensed the presence of 30 demon enemies, likely disguised as humans. While Alma and Ruri were concerned, Matthias reassured them that demi-demons were individually weak but formidable as a team. With a strategy in mind, he shared a secret entrance. Descending into the city's underground, Rui's fright from a mouse earned an apology from Rui. Matthias calmed their nerves and utilized a spell to pass through walls like a ghost. Hypnotizing an enemy demon, he prevented Iris from causing further disturbances. In the town center, they observed citizens moving robotically, reminiscent of the Walking Dead. Detecting demonic influence, Matthias revealed that the populace was being transformed into junkies using a magic symbol. Crafting counterfeit symbols, Matthias instructed Iris to mimic a junkie. However, Iris stumbled, triggering a powerful spell that attracted a demon. Despite the hiccup, they infiltrated a factory where citizens mined magic stones. Matthias cautioned about their explosive potential and acknowledged their inadequacy for widespread destruction. He devised a strategy to save the citizens and vanquish the demons. In preparation for battle, Matthias studied a city map, explaining that the demons' senses were interconnected. Though Rui and Alma felt desperate, Matthias reassured them with a plan for an effortless victory. The mission to eliminate the malevolent demons commenced. Initiating a colossal energy beam, Matthias alerted the demons. The demi-demons' leader commanded the others to trace the magical energy, sensing their positions. Their attention was then diverted by Iris's bait, allowing Matthias to ambush them. Gradually, all the demons fell to Matthias' skillful attacks. Confused and defenseless against the onslaught, they succumbed. Previously, Matthias had briefed Ruri and Alma on his plan. Iris acted as bait while the others struck from concealment. Her seemingly lone efforts masked her friend's secret support. The demi-demon's leader wondered at their rapid defeat, suspecting traps and enemy tracking. Alma and Ruri remained hidden, rendering the demons unable to locate them. The demons perished one by one, with the leader finally comprehending their defeat. Meanwhile, Matthias' group had dispatched 22 demons already. Observing a fallen demon, the leader detected distinct attack patterns. He relayed their predicament to his allies, planning to employ magic crystals for the city's annihilation. A sudden demise struck another demon, heralding the arrival of S-rank adventurer Jailwa. Demons mistook Jailwa for the assassin. Matthias sensed Jailwa aura, attacked unnoticed with Iris distraction. Jailwa fought the strong leader, injured but determined. Matthias offered help, but Jailwa wanted a solo victory. Leader scorned humans. Both fought fiercely, using strength and swords. At sunrise, Jailwa won. Matthias congratulated him, thinking the fight ended. At the brink of death, the demon unexpectedly revived and attacked Rory and Alma. Matthias intervened, shielding the girls. The demon, with heightened aura, confessed manipulation by a stronger demon. It used its last moments to send a message. Jailwa sought Matthias' help and was healed. Grateful, he thanked Matthias. Villagers broke free from the spell, confused. Jailwa claimed responsibility under the emergency law. He assumed temporary leadership and appointed a new lord, surprising Matthias' group. Later, Matthias obtained the guild's permit to enter the restricted Fokia area, bidding farewell to Jailwa. His journey continued towards finding the magic device. Arriving at an ancient ruin, Matthias marveled at its grandeur, omitting that he built it. They faced a pyramid with no visible entry. Matthias revealed magic would unveil it. The pyramid levitated, Matthias carved a path, and they entered. Rui praised him as a genius. Matthias jumped into a dark hole. Girls followed with spells. Iris, unintentionally, broke the ground. In the depths, they found Matthias's device and activated it. He suggested seeking magic items. Alma and Ruri aimed for treasures, Iris for food. The device's activation made Iris discover ancient preserved food that overwhelmed her. Upon another activation, Iris fainted due to the aged food. Matthias used the device to trace the demon leader's magic power from Melkia. It revealed vital data, indicating the demon was the most dangerous and potent. Matthias deduced its intent to eradicate humanity, and proposed using a magic crystal to locate it. Alma recalled a crystal from a dungeon, and Matthias integrated it into the device. A sudden surge of lightning disrupted the system, triggering an alarming red glow. Matthias discovered the imminent breaking of Demon Zardia's seal, acknowledging his current inferiority. Despite the girl's doubt, Matthias explained a strategy involving an immortal spell for extended training. However, it risked humanity's near extinction. Iris proposed an alternative, seeking a potent weapon. Matthias recalled his legendary sword from a past life and found it in the royal chamber. Meanwhile, Zardius gained freedom. Matthias provided Alma and Ruri with crystals to locate his sword, sensing Zardius' aura. They united to locate the legendary sword, aiming to stop Zardius and survive. Trusting his friends, Matthias prepared to launch his attack, reinforcing his sword. Matthias aimed to disrupt Zardius' spatial spells, uncertain of success but hoping to buy time. Alma and Ruri headed to the royal palace, contemplating entry into the royal chamber. Ruri motivated Alma, and they leaped onto a rooftop, sensing a demon's aura. Matthias thwarted Zardius's spell, but it was resilient. Zardius materialized despite their efforts. Iris unleashed a fiery attack upon Matthias's signal, causing a massive explosion that startled residents. The girls hurried to the royal palace while Zardius remained unvanquished, belittling Matthias and vowing an effortless victory. Zardius drew his sword from an item box. Matthias lunged, Zardius parried, and the sword hurtled towards Iris, intercepted by Matthias's barriers. Zardius attacked Matthias, realizing his relative weakness compared to his past as Gaia. At the royal palace, Ruri and Alma sought entry into the royal chamber but were denied by guards who summoned reinforcements. Suddenly, the king appeared, and Ruri briefed him about the demon threat. Zardius, the king, gave them both access to the royal chamber, and they thanked him. Meanwhile, Matthias fended off Zardius's strong attacks. Matthias didn't get a chance to attack, and he was badly injured. Zardius expected more from Matthias, and Iris managed to catch the injured Matthias. Matthias kept trying to buy time, but he was aware of their power gap. Zardius was disappointed that Matthias appeared weak. Matthias considered sacrificing himself to defeat Zardius. Ruri and Alma found Gaia's legendary sword. Rushing to Matthias, they encountered revived demons. Zardius attacked Matthias's barrier, and he realized the demon's power to resurrect the dead. A defeated demon menaced Ruri and Alma, but Alma's arrows trapped and eliminated it. Another demon emerged, endangering captured students. Zardius attempted to destroy the barrier once again. However, he was actually aiming at Iris, distracting Matthias. The demon laughed at Matthias for protecting weak people. The hostages declared they were ready to die, but the two girls decided to hand over their weapons. Matthias hoped that Ruri and Alma could bring him his sword in time. With no more strength left, Matthias considered giving up the fight or using another reincarnation spell in his next life. Unfortunately, he recalled memories of their trusting friends, which motivated Matthias to sacrifice his life. He continued attacking Zardius, while Edward and the other students arrived for support. They managed to overwhelm the evil demon. Alma got a chance to attack the demon with her arrows, and the other students tied the demon up. Matthias converted part of his life energy into magical power to keep fighting the demon, trusting Alma and Ruri to bring him the sword. Matthias attacked alongside Iris, but her attack was stopped. Iris fell to the ground and told Alma and Ruri to throw the sword to Matthias immediately. When Matthias received the sword, he was killed by demon Zardius. His friends were shocked, and Ruri was crying, screaming his name. Suddenly, the legendary sword glowed, and Matthias was instantly healed. Matthias explained that his sword was activated by his death, and it granted him a huge amount of magic power. With increased speed and strength, Matthias overwhelmed Zardius. Zardius didn't want to accept that a human could overpower him. Matthias declared himself the strongest hero with the crest of failure and attacked Zardius. He defeated Zardius with a strong sword blow. Before dying, Zardius informed Matthias about several other chaos demons that were just as strong. Matthias had won the fight, and Ruri was relieved that Matthias was alive. Blushing, Matthias's injuries began to bleed, attracting the attention of Headmaster Edward. Pleased with Matthias's victory and relieved that no one was seriously hurt, Edward discussed the need for some repairs. Matthias disclosed his legendary sword's lingering magic and demonstrated its destructive power. The following day, Matthias readied himself, joined by the girls who headed to meet the king for rewards. Matthias expressed his desire to continue adventuring and was relieved the king didn't want the sword back. Alma humorously sought treasures while Ruri felt awkward about Alma's request. Iris simply hoped for delicious food. Exploring the royal chamber, Matthias and friends found little except Iris comically discovering an arrow lodged in her head. Recalling his old bow, Matthias decided to gift it to Alma. They learned the bow was available in a trading house. Procuring a block of metal, they planned to craft Alma a bow. Iris spotted a large crystal, and Matthias purchased it as a gift. Alma suggested crafting jewelry from it, fostering their next creative endeavor. After their shopping trip, Principal Edward reported a problem. The leader of the knights showed him a wooden puppet and mentioned that 300 wooden puppets were about to attack the kingdom. Matthias analyzed the wooden puppet and discovered that they contained human life energy. They suspected that the kingdom of Sil was controlled by demons. Matthias received a new mission. At night, Matthias planned to give his crush self-made jewelry. Rui closed her eyes and received a magic necklace from Matthias as a gift. She loved the gift and thanked him.